Sinners, one of 2025's most hyped horror movies. Posting a 98% critic score and a 97% score on Rotten Tomatoes from audiences, this movie is quickly being hailed for its game-changing and bold style choice. But no one's giving an accurate account of this movie. Oh, and if you think you're going to say it's the critical drinkers, he's full of shit on this one. Let's talk about it. Well, guys, it's been a while since the last video uploaded, but I thought it's time to come back and give another movie review. So for this one, Sinners has been out for the last 2 or 3 weeks, so I wanted to give you guys a review of it, and I cannot wait to hear your thoughts. Why should you listen to me? That's easy. Because of the Dojo's door is always open. Gandalf with the gray and the white, because I'm all black. Jordan LaForge, captaining this enterprise. The Swag King with a crown. Shout out to Sunday Swagger, the long lost homie of Zach Morris and AC Slater. Since y'all got jokes, Sweet Chocolate Jesus, as proclaimed by Roman of the Empire himself, and the man running up the chimney because he wants all the smoke. I'm Left Eye E.G.O, and let's get it. So this movie is going to be broken down in terms of the good, the bad, and the morons. Not the moronic, the morons. I'll explain once we get to there. So as far as good, Ryan Coogler did a great job with casting. I mean, you get Michael B. Jordan as the top billing on this movie. You're going to put butts in seats. Haley Steinfeld does a fantastic job being charismatic. And you've got Miles Catton for the role of Preacher Boy, or Sammy, during this movie. This is his first big movie role. He was a backup singer to the artist Her, learned guitar in about 3 months just for this role. So fantastic job on casting. The other thing that they did really well was the interpersonal scenes that they had. I mean, there's the undeniable chemistry between Michael B. Jordan and Haley Steinfeld. I mean, it was so palpable that the internet was telling Buffalo Bills starting quarterback Josh Allen, your fiance, Haley Steinfeld, is no longer yours. She belongs to Michael B. Jordan. There was also great scenes between Preacher Boy and Stack, where he's trying to learn more about them because they're cousins, and he wants to know about the type of person his father used to be before he actually became a minister. Great scene there. I will admit that it was a great choice to make the setting Clarksdale, Mississippi, circa 1932, because I don't think we've actually seen that much of a vampire movie set before the 21st century, to tell you the truth. Also did a great job with making the scenes get more and more ominous as dusk falls and night rises. And there is a sense of general foreboding while the juke joint's kicking off and the vampires are making their silent attacks. Also, there were 2 really good scenes in the movie. One is where the vampires sort of do their war cry led by Remick. They actually wind up gathering around a circle and start pretty much singing this Irish song and doing an Irish jig. But it's pretty interesting because it's the Irish guy singing it, but it's got blacks, Asians, everybody's in it doing this war cry before they actually run up on the juke joint. Second scene that was really good was when Preacher Boy is actually leaving the juke joint towards the end of the movie, and he's running around with a broken guitar. He bursts into the church on a Sunday morning, who his father's ministering to, and is going to the altar. And his father is pretty much begging him and saying, hey, either drop the guitar, give your life to the Lord, or else, kind of a deal. And it was a really poignant scene because Preacher Boy doesn't say anything. He's in full shock of what's happened or transpired at the juke joint, and he doesn't know what to do. And they kind of leave it up to chance, and they kind of leave that choice in the air for 20 seconds before you see the end credit scenes and let you know the life that Preacher Boy actually chooses. So I thought those were pretty good. The bad. When I say the bad, I'm just saying that based on the movie that you gave us, based on the story you told, based on the lore you developed, things do not make sense. All right. We are first going to start with the fact that they tell us that they're vampires or haints. Okay, well, how? I mean, I know that they're nocturnal. I know that they drink blood. I know that they can be persuasive of sorts. But you know what also does those same things? The Filipino aswang, the Hungarian ledurk, the rakshasas of India, and some of your garden variety ghouls do these same things. So if all of these creatures have some similarities to vampires, but yet you just told me that, hey, believe these are vampires because they're nocturnal and drink blood, it's not fully fleshed out why we should think that they're vampires. And actually, it's kind of a missed point, because if you want to tell a story about an actual nocturnal being that's, that is Irish, that is black, that is native, that's whatever. You could have gone with specific lore on those beings. And while we're on the vampires, the explanation of how they function does not make sense. I'm saying this because in the movie, Annie, Smoke's wife, says that they're haints or ghosts, that they can be have to they have not they can they have to be killed one at a time. But yet in the movie, we're shown that they have a hive mind. They kind of everyone reports to Remick. Remick can take the memories of Stack. He can take the Cantonese language of one of the other patrons and repeat them back to the people, and everyone understands. So if Remick is the clear leader and everyone follows his direction and he can pull memories from them and vice versa, this would actually indicate a hive mind, meaning that if Remick dies, then the rest of the vampires should die. But that's not the way they actually try to do this. I honestly think the reason this was done was because Ryan Coogler wrote himself into a corner and needed to finagle away in the ending so that Haley Steinfeld's character and Michael B. Jordan's character actually wind up together as vampires after Remix is killed at the end of the movie. Sorry, that's my bad, guys. Another thing, you're telling us Smoke and Stack are twins. Got it. That they're coming back to Clarksville, Mississippi to open a juke joint with ill-gotten gains. Okay. How'd they get the ill-gotten gains? Well, they're saying that Stack worked for the Italian mob and stole their wine, and Smoke worked for the Irish mob and stole their beer. And so they're coming back down to use those alcoholic beverages to open their juke joint. Okay, now, based on what you told me, you know what thing you do not want to do when you look just like your brother? Work on opposite sides of the mob. Know how I know? Because this is how it's going to go. Hi, Mickey. You see that lad over there? Doesn't he look a lot like Smoke? And Smoke works for us, right? He does. I know that not all of them look alike, but that guy certainly looks like he would work for us. I can't put my finger on it, but he does look like him. Oh, that is him. Oh, that pox Porsche monkey. Call Donahue and the rest of the boys. They're not going to like this. We've got a situation here. Or if it's the Italians, hey, Vincenzo, see that smoked Irishman over there? Doesn't he look like he should be working for us? In fact, I know he works for us because he sells our wine. Why is he over there with them? Okay, you know what? You know what? Okay, call little Tony, come over here. All right? This man's got to sleep with the fishes. That's it. I get it. You wanted to show Michael B. Jordan's range as twins, but it's in direct conflict of stealing from someone when you look the same and you work on opposite sides of a gang. And you know what? Lastly, why is it called Sinners? I know in the promotional materials you say we're all sinners, and the movie they might say something about being a sinner, but it's not clarified why they're sinners, what implication that has for it. This could have easily been called Boo Boo in the Night, or Bump Goes the Night, or Survive the Night, Vampires. That would have made more sense than just saying sinners. Now we're at the morons. I don't mean moronic, I mean morons. Not as someone that acted like a moron or someone acted moronically. I mean straight up morons, which seem to happen with movies like Ryan Coogler makes and some of the movies that Jordan Peele makes, like Get Out, Us, Them, They. I'm sorry, guys. I've just been getting allergic to bad writing lately. The issue, one of the main issues that makes this movie bring out the morons is the manipulation of the reviews. As in, that it can only be the best horror movie that came out in the last 10 years, or it has to be absolute garbage or trash. Guys, it's okay if a movie directed and written by a black man is just okay. It's okay if it's just okay. Believe me, it's not like you're going to incur the wrath of E.G.O. Hotep X. Who is calling me right now? Who's trying to... That is right, I am commandeering this video to let you know, the viewer, my brother, my sister, do not believe that E.G.O, that race traitor, that coon, that Latrell Spencer, if it ain't snowing, I ain't going type of brother. You should believe me. I am E.G.O, Ukufa, Nuwabi, Ali, X, La'a, or as they say in our dear Swahili. I'm here to tell you, do not trust him, you should trust me.
because I operate on the ancestral plane. I gave my third eye to knowledge, even though I lost one in my other eye. And I want to let you know, if you cannot see what Brother Kugler is trying to do through sinners, that you, my brother, you, my sister, are lost. Let me elucidate and illuminate for you, my brothers, my sister. It deals with the fact that the sun, moon, and stars were against our brothers in the movie Sinners. How do I know this? The sun was supposed to illuminate everything, but did not illuminate to our brothers in Sinners that the vampire, the white man, was after them. Also, the moon could have let them know something was about to happen, but it provided darkness to our dark brothers and sisters, leading them to the terrible things that happened to them. And the stars that should point the way, but they did not point a way out for our dear brothers and sisters in this movie. And if you couple that with the fact that the moon and the stars are white, then you need to know what's really happening.
E.G.O, Friends is on again.
Oh my God, really? I really hope it's where Chandler finally proposes to Monica. That's my favorite episode. Do not believe what your ears just heard, my brothers and my sisters. That was not a milk of magnesia telling me about a show. That was the white man coming through the audio airwaves to try to confuse you. And if you could not see past that, you, my brother, you, my sister, are lost. Now, I have to handle some very personal issues on the black front, but I will see you in the next one. To you, Traitor EGO, I give this video back.
Yeah, thanks, E.G.O X, and keep hope alive. Part of the issue was the fact that people that were saying the movie was just okay or was lacking in some areas were met with quite a bit of vitriol, called all kinds of names, and tried to be bullied off of their position. Even the Critical Drinker's review of this movie is compromised. On top of the fact that he didn't mention any of the issues that I had with the movie in terms of the bad, but he tries to insult his audience by saying, if you can't understand that the white vampire is representing the white people that want to take away black culture and black music, I guess that these movies aren't for you then. Really, dude? Well, let me hit you with something. Maybe it's because you're Scottish. Maybe because you don't really know that much about American or Black American culture and our history. But if you even read a teensiest bit of Thomas Sowell, specifically Black redneck, white liberal, you would understand a large part of Black culture is actually coming from Welsh, Highland Scots, Ulster Scots, Border English, or North Britons who immigrated to America from those areas. So when you're seeing that Remick is actually going to the juke joint, it's not the fact that he's trying to steal a culture. It's the fact that it would be familiar to him because it would be a shared culture. Then he says something like Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler working together is like Tim Burton and Johnny Depp. Wrong. It's not even that. Again, maybe it's for Scottish. Maybe you ever watched movies in the 80s or 90s that had black leads in it. I don't know. But this is actually more akin to Spike Lee and Denzel Washington, with less talent, less self-confidence, and an air of sophisticated ignorance. Now, I say those last two because why else would you release a movie called Sinners on Good Friday? If you believe in your movie should stand on it. If you want to release it on Halloween, where it's actually supposed to be a horror movie, if you want to make a 4th of July blockbuster, you can put it out that way. But you chose intentionally to put it on Good Friday. Sophisticated ignorance. Okay. Last thing I'll say on Critical Drinker is the fact that he's saying that Michael B. Jordan plays two very different brothers in this movie. Here's a hint. Just because you wear red and the other one's supposed to wear blue doesn't make you two different people. In fact, I got a better acting class from How to Play Twins from the same person from Jean-Claude Van Damme Double Team. While we're on it, I actually give you better performances of people that played multiple people in the movie. We've got, let's think about it, Christian Bale, The Prestige, Leonardo DiCaprio, Man in the Iron Mask. If you want to do TV, we've got Anna Camp that played twins in the last season of You. Don't ask me how I got on that. My wife put me on it. I won't talk about it. And you know what? For as much crap as people give her, Cynthia Erivo actually played sextuplets in season 2 of Poker Face. Those are all better performances of one character playing more than one character, up to 5, that were better than Michael B. Jordan playing Smoke and Stack in this movie. I sorry I had to go on the little, Critical Drinker rant. It's just I expected more of him, and the review that he gave out was less than 5 minutes. He didn't hit anything that was critically amiss about this movie. So it rang of someone being full of shit, giving a review that he felt like he got bullied into and needed to say something good about. All in all, was this movie fine cuisine, dining, cinematically? No. Was it trash? No, either. It was just okay. And that's okay as well. I would say if this movie centers had to be a meal, it's peanut butter and jelly. Okay? Good ingredients, kind of simple. It gets you what you want, and you can move about your day. All that to say, it's not a movie that you should pay for in the theater to get. But if it's Saturday, if it's on FX, you'd watch it. If Netflix had it on, you'd stream it. That's okay. It's okay for a movie to just be okay. But what do you guys think? Are you thinking Ego, Hotep Ego had a way better characterization for how important this movie is to us culturally and spiritually and economically? Or you have a take that's in between? And speaking of my takes, if you want to see some absolutely based takes, check out the next movies that I got over here.